friends, how are you all doing? Today we'll talk about a new spoiler that will be leaked in the next few hours from Monster Up. Also, some bad news. The episode won't be released this week. On top of that, an official spoiler leaked by Strider is making waves. Images are circulating that could reveal a secret hidden in a photo shared weeks ago. The series might also be taking inspiration from the community, including the awards it recently won. We've got info from EBO and other important topics that are definitely going to spark discussion. Stick around, because this video is going to be really good.
First of all, let's start with this. Around 3 hours ago, the YouTuber Monster Up made a post on his channel. In case you don't know who he is, he has his own zombie series or multiverse. But let's get right into it because he wrote, "This is a frame from episode 62 of my series, but important. Boom gave me a spoiler from the next episode, written as episode 79 part 1. I'll include the image in the video I'll post and you'll see it for yourselves." Dude, yeah, this spoiler looks like it's gonna be pretty good. But hold on, we'll get deeper into that topic in a second because some people in the community were saying that Monster would post this fragment from the episode, which is the most related to the spoiler, or something that looks like a Titan appears in the original spoiler. And that's why it would be like a clue. But honestly, I don't think so. Anyway, let's get into the topic. Okay, I'll appear in his episode, but when is Monster's episode coming out so we can be ready? And here's the answer. Nobody knows. He hasn't given a confirmed date. About 4 days ago, he posted the video for his previous episode, number 61, and he usually takes around 10 days to publish a new one. So, if 4 or 5 days have already passed, that means we'll probably get the spoiler within the next 5 days. So yeah, bad news? It seems like Boom's episode also won't come out this week because what would be the point of having a spoiler if you're not going to release it before the original drops? Yeah, dude, sadly. And just so you're aware, this YouTuber usually drops his episodes in the morning, United States time, around 8, 9, or 10 a.m. approximately. But well, we'll have to wait and see what he posts or what info he shares with us. Now let's move on to this image that's been circulating everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I really mean everywhere. Because the YouTuber named Strider posted this on his Discord right away. It's clear, yeah, it's official, where he wrote, "I gay, they're bigger than before." Yeah, dude, no context. And he posted 2 images. One of the Aster Duchess in pretty high quality, and another of the spoiler that Boom shared. People went crazy saying it's a spoiler, that it's a preview, that why would he share it, that there are secrets, and more. But let me give you the context. Someone posted, "Hey, I hope the Aster Duchess is there," because they were talking about the episode. To which Strider replies, "Hey, did you guys realize that the Aster Duchess has bigger things in each episode?" And a follower responded to that with, "Show proof." And that's why he sent that image. You already know what he means, but anyway, it seems like this could be a spoiler because, according to people in the community, yeah, the context is mostly jokes and trolling, but this specific pose hasn't been seen until now and definitely not in this position. Also remember that this character had a major change. On her shoulders, she has these claw-like astro features, which she didn't have before. She got them starting in episode 78, where she only appeared for a few seconds eating a human and not really in action. Also, the background with that reddish sky kind of makes it look like it could be an official spoiler. Although anything can happen. Again, this was mostly trolling. But what do you think? Do you believe he actually trolled us all, or does it have something to do with what we'll see soon? I'll leave the conclusion to you. It wouldn't be the only official info he posted because also, minutes later he wrote, "Guys, the infected TV Menman will appear in episode 81. I want to make a small clarification here. Remember that he usually trolls a lot, but now that he's working with Boom, these little things might make some sense. Because almost a year or so ago, someone asked in the server about the character that appears in episode 74. Yeah, the guy who shows up in the background when a team-in teleports at the Skibidi base. Asking if he could give us a clue about that, and Boom replied that it will be shown in episode 81. So if you think about it, the infected Titan TV with the TV men kind of makes sense. I'll leave that up to you. What matters is what you think. We're spending too much time on 2 stories. Let's move on to the third one, because if you don't know the context, again, quick version in 10 seconds. Boom shared this image officially before episode 78 was released. If I'm not mistaken, this was from Stick. But why explain it if we already saw the episode? Well, here's the thing. This fragment never appeared in the episode. According to people in the community, I went back to watch the episode again. And I think they're right. The only part that sort of matches is when Arc TV arrives and starts removing some kind of thing from an Astro's helmet. But other than that, I don't know. People are saying this is a hidden spoiler and that this is how the next episode will start. Honestly, I think the community is losing its mind, and I don't know. Anything could happen. Please leave your thoughts in the comments or tell me which fragment you think it corresponds to. Now that we've covered that, let's move on to some other things. Do you remember this spoiler you're seeing? Yeah, dude. It looks like Boom took some kind of inspiration or elements from the community with this image that's been going around for quite a while. It was made by a fan. Boom, in fact, I think reacted to it with a like or something similar. Maybe a little skull emoji. And that's why he added it to the series. I'm explaining this because it's very likely he'll take more ideas from subscribers.
Hey, quick pause. The secret word of today's video is official spoiler. The first one to comment it will have noticed it. But now let's continue. We'll see about that with time. Now let's move on to more official information that was shared with EBO. This is about 2 or 3 days old, so you probably already know about it. I'll explain it in 10 seconds. Turns out IBO contacted Boom and asked, "Hey dude, will episode 79 be really short? My viewers want to know the approximate duration of the episode." To which he replied, "It will probably last around 5 minutes or a little more, just part 1. Yeah dude, quite a bit of content. Now let's go back to the topic at the beginning of the video. This makes sense since it won't be released this week or weekend, and it might come out next weekend or midweek like Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. But this last part is just theory. Now let's move on mainly with news for people living in Europe, like Spain or some of its neighboring countries. Turns out you can now buy the Funko Pops for about 13 euros. This wasn't possible a few months ago, but it seems that yesterday the merchandise was released. So if you're in this continent and you're interested, here's the info for you. Now let's talk about other topics more quickly. In case you didn't know, the series was set to win some awards during a live event where winners and nominees would be presented, etc. A pretty cool event, but Skibidi Toilet didn't show up at all. Even though it won in 2 categories, people began to cancel the event, saying things like, "Where were they? Did the series not win any award in the end? Was it not rewarded? Were there issues?" etc. Some even speculated that maybe it had to do with copyright issues the company Inbits is facing, the one behind the trademark and merchandise. Possibly, because of this legal case, they couldn't do an official presentation. But anyway, just small stuff, although it's been talked about a lot. Now let's talk about other images that were also circulating. For example, this one you're seeing, not gonna lie, it's pretty interesting and does look like an official spoiler. Because remember, this one you're seeing is real, and this other one seems to be a bit more of the same. But sadly, it wasn't posted by the real Boom. Instead, it was posted by someone whose account name is almost the same, but isn't him. He used to be called Detective Cameraman and changed his name to impersonate Boom. But yeah, it's fake. So if you see it, know that it's not the original profile because it has an F at the end instead of legit with a T, like the real author. Many people also get confused because this fake profile has a lot of followers. Just judge for yourself. In fact, Boom had already told him months ago, or even more than a year ago, to delete his account. And nope, he still hasn't. Also, by the way, he had posted another supposed spoiler, which is this one you're seeing, of the Titan TV core. But again, it was shared by that fake account. Just as curiosities to wrap up the video. Also, if you're really into the pure multiverse, they published this spoiler of their next episode, which honestly shows 2 really cool Titans. But yeah, that's just some extra info. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think the monster spoiler will be about? Also, if you think that other spoiler leaked by Strider is more of a troll or if it's legit. And about that episode 81 info and all the topics we covered in this video. Let me know your thoughts. I'm Sut, and I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot for watching.